What's going on, everyone? This is Tom coming to you with another toy ramble, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the G.I. Joe classified series Ninja Force. I lucked out and stumbled across these in Target, and I've been a huge fan of the Ninja Force line. I did not collect the originals because it was like 1992, and I had Aliens and Predators and Ninja Turtles to buy. So I did not take part in the original Ninja Force craze, if you can call it a craze. I don't know if you could call it that, but later on, I thoroughly appreciate kind of the silliness of it, the weirdness of it, them just kind of stretching and trying to do whatever they could do to keep the brand going. So with that, we have the G.I. Joe Ninja Force Scarlet and, oh boy, TJBANG. Chabang? Look, I looked up numerous YouTube people who reviewed both the original and the new version of this, and they didn't know how to say it, and Hasbro didn't know how to say it, and neither do you. So I'm just going to call him Chabang. I think that's fair. And if it's not, then I apologize to anyone who was offended by me calling him Chabang. I think that's what he's supposed to be called. Someone was calling him Iron Fist, and I kind of don't blame him. I'm kind of tempted to, but we'll stick with Chabang. So without any further ado, let's take a look at the back of the package with some really nice toy photography here. They come with some more extra accessories, a little bit different from some of the stuff that they may have been released with originally. They are release number 212. They have some really cool box art on the side, which I really wish we could have gotten kind of on the front, but that is just not how the packaging is laid out. So without any further ado, let's get these guys out of this packaging. When I first picked these up in Target, this piece actually was properly secured in there. I don't know what was going on between. I didn't throw the box or anything, but somehow this became dislodged and just randomly slid down. That is a thing that happened, and thankfully it did not damage the figure. There is a wonderful lack of twisty ties in this packaging. Love it. Here we go. Now we have Scarlet and Chabang free, looking extra ninja-like, and they look pretty awesome. So I'm going to take a look at Scarlet first, because ladies first, and I really like this as an upgrade to the original Scarlet design, because this looks pretty awesome. So first, let's zoom in on the first thing that I feel is really striking is the face. The face design is really nice. They did a really good job on this. All of the detailing is really on point. I don't know if this is supposed to look like anyone in particular, but all the details are really well done, with right down to all the extra crisp detailing and like the eyes. There's a really nice wash on the hair. The hair looks really good. Does she have earrings? Can't tell if that's supposed to be an earring or if that's... Oh yeah, she has earrings. I thought maybe that was a paint smudge, but it is not. Not bad. She's got Ninja Star earrings. Mine does have a little bit of a loose ponytail. When I was pulling her out of the box, this popped right off. So be aware of that on yours. It does go right back in. So you get kind of like a nice action looking flow on that. Or you can turn it so that it runs down the back, and that looks pretty good. I like the detail. I like this as an upgrade to the original Ninja Force, the extra padding. Now, to be fair, I don't have a very good recollection of how the original Ninja Force looked. So I'm saying upgrades. I don't know if this is just them taking the original look and kind of embellishing it a little bit, but I really like what they've done with this. Even if that is the case, even if they just took the original look and just kind of added a few extra things. I know she's a little Poison Ivy like in the color choices here, which I don't mind. This is fine. If Poison Ivy was a ninja, she would probably look something like this. Maybe a few extra thorns hanging out. But I like the the strangeness of the colors. The weirdness of the 90s is something that I've always enjoyed, especially when it gets revisited and they kind of take it seriously. Yet we all know that it's kind of funny, but they're like, but like, seriously, guys, seriously. And they did a good job with this. I love the bandolier that's got the extra, what I'm presuming are smoke grenades that she uses to escape when she's in a tight jam. With the detailing on the elbow pad here. There's some really nice texturing on the forearm. armor here. There's a lot of really nice little notes that went into this figure, so I appreciate it. But I know it comes back to this face sculpt. I think they did just a bang up job on this. This looks really nice. It's really good. So let's take a quick look at the height on Scarlet. Ninja Force Scarlet stands at a little under 6 inches, which is standard for the classifieds line, if that makes sense. And let's take a look at her accessories, because she's got a pretty decent amount, and they all make sense. So she has a pair of fists, because her normal hands are the kind of the open trigger hands. So she's got a couple of fists that you can use if she needs to punch someone directly in the face. She has a pair of... See, I don't know if these are daggers, maybe midi-sai. They just seem like your standard ninja daggers. She can hold on to those. Oh, and they've got a little bit of an open loop here. Yeah, a little bit of an open loop. So I wonder if you can just kind of put those around the trigger finger. Yeah, they don't. I mean, you can. They don't really want to stay. It's probably better off if she holds them like a reverse sai, which still looks pretty good. I like that. I like that for her. And she comes with a pair of what I think is really awesome. And I don't know if the original figure came with anything quite like this, but these claws are fantastic. These are awesome. I do not know what their official name is, if there is in fact an official name for this type of claw. Be careful with the trigger finger. It wants to kind of grip this like it's a gun handle. It is not. So you may have to kind of coax that in there. But these look great. If you're looking for your Scarlet Vereen, this is a pretty nice look for her. Yep, this might be what I have her equipped with when I put her on the shelf. These are pretty neat. I like these a lot. And the plastic is not bendy, but it's pretty sturdy. So you can get, I don't think you'll have to worry about these breaking anytime soon. But yeah, these are a very nice weapon. And a nice addition, which I do know was not part of the original Ninja Force Scarlet, is this alternate head, which looks really cool. It's got a little bit of a shorter ponytail. I don't know if this is maybe like an Oni design. I'm not sure. But you can pop that on there. And this, of course, opens the door for all kinds of future potential repaints, because this is such a nice looking mask. I like this a lot. It's like if Madame Mask was a little bit more demonic, she would look something like this. But that is really cool. And of course, the sculpt work is really nice. All the little minute, like the teeth detailing there, all the extra bits with the eyes, looks really good. Really nice paintwork. The separation of the gold and the black with just a little bit of extra orange that matches the hair pretty nicely. I like that. And gold kind of matches the gold on the shoulder pads here. So this is a pretty nice looking update to the Ninja Force Scarlet. I'm on board. Good job, Hasbro. I know this is not everyone's cup of tea, but this is very much my cup of tea. I am enjoying this a lot. So Scarlet has one final accessory that I think is very cool, and it is this bad boy right here. It's a really nice looking sword. So she can keep this on her person here. That fits right there on the belt, which is pretty nice. And slips right into her hand. I do kind of wish that there was some way to attach both the claws and have her hold the sword, but that is not possible. So she's got to hold one or the other. But this is very nice. I like the look of this. And again, this is another weapon that I think would be great to be reused on, just kind of anyone going forward in the future, you repaint this on like gold, keep the black, maybe change the hilt or something, but this is a very well designed weapon. Fits in great with Ninja Force. But I'll still be keeping her with her Wolverine claws because that's very neat. Now let's move on to our boy Jabang. Jabong. I apologize if I kind of drift in and out between pronunciations. I was not very interested in him in the original line. Like I liked the tiger markings on the mask. That was very cool. It's almost like they incorporated so many different kinds of things. Like when they pulled Sergeant Slaughter in, they said you were just part of the Joes for insert whatever reason. And that they managed to get a hold of Tiger Mask, and they were like, yeah, you're going to be a Joe now, but you're going to be a ninja instead. So that's what you got going on here. So Jabong has always had the kind of yellow and blue color scheme going on. He didn't, like I said, he didn't really interest me all that much because although I liked the tiger-ish implication of the gimmick, it just wasn't quite for me. But taking a look at the classified update, they did a really good job kind of bringing him into the modern era. His original outfit has been just kind of updated a little bit to make it slightly more militaristic. They've kept the front plate here, which I like all the detailing on here. That looks really good. I do not know what this symbol means. There probably is something important behind it. I'm afraid I don't know what that is. I don't know if it denotates his ninja clan. I know, I believe at some point Snake Eyes had something similar to this on somewhere on his outfit, but I don't know. I won't delve too much further into it. But he has the cool looking kind of half mask, almost luchador in style, but also very Japanese wrestling in appearance. Very cool. I don't know what his backstory is, so I genuinely don't even know what his nationality is supposed to be. I hope he is not offended by me making assumptions about where he came from. I apologize, Chabong. But very, very basic, kind of basic design, very interesting. It's very 90s. It is a very 90s design, and their update in Classifieds takes that and kind of cleans it up a little bit, modernizes it, and makes it look pretty neat. So let's take a look at Shabong's accessories, because he comes with some pretty cool stuff. He gets his pair of fists for face punching, of course. He also comes with, you only get one of these, little baby claw. It's just one. You only get one of those. I feel like he should have two. And at first I thought maybe Scarlet's claw weapon was supposed to be his claw weapons, but that is not the case. He gets one tiny little claw, which seems a little silly. It's a cool looking weapon. I kind of wish there were two of them. He also gets a baby hook. I don't know why he has so many little baby weapons. Fit that in there, and he's got that for grappling or for close combat. You know what? This would be kind of devastating in close combat. You don't want to get attacked with this. That seems very dangerous. But he also has these two weapons, which are very cool, and I do not know what their official name is. I know that there is one, so if you do know it, feel free to drop the name in the comments, and I will be appreciative. But these do look very good in his hands. I do like the look of these quite a bit. That is pretty awesome. I'm pretty sure that the original came with these as a weapon as well. I could be mistaken, but I think that these were his main attack weapons. But these look really cool. And of course, the accessory that I am most excited about, because if you know anything about me, you know where I'm going with this. He has an alternate head that is a really cool looking tiger face. And I don't know if this is supposed to be a mask or, well, I guess based on the design, technically this is supposed to be a mask that goes over his face. But in my headcanon, this is him channeling the spirit of the tiger gods that turns him briefly into an anthropomorphic tiger that terrifies everyone on the battlefield. And if it was up to me, his skin would also change, become super pale, and have tiger stripes. Because why not? Because that would be cool. And this looks super cool. I love this. This is fantastic, and I want more of it. Yeah, that is really nice. That is kind of terrifying. Get a closer look at the eyes on this, because that is really cool. Just kind of pinpoint red with the pink the pink tongue and the slightly Cheshire Cat smile. That he's coming to do some serious damage to you, and you should probably get out of the way. I mean, I like this a lot. Great job. This is a nice addition and a nice upgrade to the character. And now that he's wearing it, he will never be wearing his other head. This is Jabang from now on. He is a tiger man. He's a tiger person. that is his role in life. In my headcanon, maybe Cobra captured him and did something to him. And this is how he came out. Now, because of how I think, I want to see this again as a Dire Tech character. Because why not? And he could be on the Joe's side. Because also, why not? Very good. This is very nice. And I love it. I want more of this. Now, let's take a look at that articulation. The G.I. Joe classified Ninja Force Scarlet has a ball socket for the neck that allows for some pretty good motion up and down, as well as some side to side. Whether intentional or not, the ponytail is also articulated. You can kind of spin around, so you can get that windswept look, or it can lay down in place. The neck comes in 2 segments, so you have a ball socket for the top part, and I believe a ball socket for the bottom section as well. So you have a little bit more range of motion there. Not a whole lot. The piece is fairly slight, so you get a little bit more of a rocking back and forth with that. She has a pair of butterfly joints, and the top of the shoulder actually houses the hinge for this piece of armor here. So the armor is not removable. This is actually kind of stuck there. The top portion of the armor is also kind of glued in place. I think it's set in as part of the mold. So this is staying there. It's not moving anyplace. But you do get butterfly joints, so she can move this kind of in and out pretty well. There is a full hinge and rotator at the shoulder for pretty wide range of motion there. You also have a separate connection joint that is a peg that allows for the bicep to swivel all the way around. She has double joint at the elbow. It's a pin joint. It moves pretty well, gets that all the way up there. And she also has a swivel hinge at the wrist. So this one pivots up and down. If you're giving her a gun, well, she's got her claws, so there's no real need for the gun action. I'm actually a little bit surprised that this isn't cut to move in the other direction. So she also has a ab crunch that gives her a really nice range of motion there, as well as a cut at the waist. And it's one of those swooping cuts, so it's not directly across. So it looks just a little bit more natural when she pivots. Be careful of the sword holster here. It's just held in with a small mushroom peg. So if you've got this piece here, you can kind of plug that in if it pops off, and it does stay. But be aware that that is a thing that can happen. I do not know if it is supposed to come out. It's probably not, but mine has popped out. So that is what's going on now. So actually, you know what? I'm just gonna pop this off because that's easier to show off the hip articulation. So she does have drop down hips. Her thighs are kind of filled in, so even though she does have the drop down hip, it doesn't make for that much of a difference. Now, she does have a thigh cut, so you get a full twist there for some good posing. She has double knees, pinless, and a cut at the lower leg here, as well as a full hinge and rocker joint for the ankle. The same set of articulation is also on Jabang, just imagine that on a male body. Alright, now just for fun, I want to do a quick comparison between Scarlet and her counterpart from the Snake Eyes movie. I know it is not everyone's favorite, but I actually kind of like this Scarlet mold. It was them attempting to kind of, I guess, modernize her even more for the quote-unquote real world. She wound up on super clearance, and this actually might be the G.I. Joe figure that I owned the most copies of because I kept forgetting that I had already purchased her. So I kept finding her for clearance, and I was like, oh, it's Scarlet. Why not? So I have a whole bunch of her. But let's do a quick comparison between the two, which is... So, yeah, it's kind of like night and day. Like this is such a superior... Well, granted, the Snake Eyes movie came out years ago, and they've had a lot of time to really refine their process and figure out what they were doing. But this is a really nice... You can see just the minor ways that they tweaked the articulation and the way that they handled the sculpting. Even something as little as the way that the hair has been handled. Like this sculpting is handled a lot better, and the paintwork to bring out the detailing was handled a lot better than the movie Scarlet, which was fine for the time that it came out, which really was not that long ago. So they did a very good job on it, but you can see how much further we've come. Just little things like the way that this swoops over the ear instead of being a mask to just kind of hide detailing that they may not have wanted to do. But yeah, so this came out pretty good. And the articulation scheme is fairly similar. It's just you can see how far they've come and the way that they've kind of updated the way that they handle it now. So there's a lot more minute details that have been updated and upgraded to make a really good, really cool figure. So it is comparison time, and who better to compare Ninja Force characters to than the original ninja himself, Snake Eyes. Now this is the movie version, so I know. It's the movie version, but I don't mind this version. I think this one's pretty cool. So just because, then we'll also compare him with the G.I. Joe Classifieds Snake Eyes as well. Because who doesn't like more ninjas? And of course, they've got to hang out and have a look at Slice and Dice. And I am huge fans of this 2-pack. These are fantastic. Man, if I can get multiples of these, I will, because the extra heads add such great playability to these two. And, of course, have them hanging out with Ninja Force Zartan, because Ninja Force is super cool. And they're not done yet. There's still more Ninja Force characters that they have to do. I think there's maybe 4, maybe 5 more characters that need to be done, as well as a couple of repaints of Storm Shadow, because I believe there were a couple of different versions of him that were floating around in different Ninja Force colors. And of course our Dire Tech ninjas that have to square off against Ninja Force. And eventually, I would love to see Ninja Force Jabang appear as some sort of Dire Tech upgrade or some sort of evil villain with a really cool looking clear tiger mask face. That needs to happen. And who wouldn't want to see Ninja Force square off against one of the top ninjas in all of Marvel? Good old Elektra in her Daredevil costume, which looks super cool and would fit in great with G.I. Joe. So this crossover could feasibly happen. And just because, let's get more Tiger with a member of the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. One white tiger to another. These look pretty great. And just for the heck of it, let's see how they look hanging out with Gambit. Because I don't know why, I feel like Gambit has to come in and say hi to all the ninja characters. So, at the end of the day, should you pick up the G.I. Joe Classifieds 2-pack Ninja Force versions of Scarlet and Jabang? I'm going to give this a 2 thumbs up, a super duper yes. Pick these up. With the caveat, if Ninja Force is your thing. I know that Ninja Force is not for everybody. These are variants of existing characters. Ninja Force Scarlet is a variant of an existing character. Jabong is completely new. If you're into that kind of thing, and I know it's one of the more silly, kind of weird corner of G.I. Joe, but that is also kind of why I like it. I've said before, give me the weird, give me your strange, give me your oddball 90s, 80s repaints, and I'll be happy. So this does it for me, and I think that it's worth the price. They are a little bit up there, so if it might not be worth it for you if this is not your cup of tea. I really, really hope that we see some repaints and some retools and some updates in the near future. I want tiger masked, I want tiger faced Jabong released, or just that head to be used in some other capacity on some other figure, whether it be a troop build or something. Give me that. But I think that if you're into Ninja Force, if you like really well done, well articulated action figures, it's a great 2-pack. I think that you'll like it. I think you should get it. I'm curious, do you already own Ninja Force Scarlet and Jabong? And if you do, what do you think of them? Do you like them? Are they not for you? Do you love them as much as I love them? Let me know in the comments down below. I hope that you have enjoyed this review. If you have, please leave the video a like, click that notification bell, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, tell your buddies, and until next time, take care everybody.